Quick reminder for you about all the ways you can stay tuned to NBC6.
If you don't have cable, you can still watch us. Of course, we're on channels 19 and 58 on the internet. Keep informed by logging on to NBC6.net. And if you have direct satellite TV, check out channel 989.
Or you can listen to us on the radio at 87.7 on the FM dial.
Much more news ahead here on NBC6.
The news at 6 begins right now. Up next at 6, a teen who some residents say is a menace to society learns if he will leave jail early. We're live on that.
2 teens are shot to death right in the middle of a South Florida street tonight. The search is on for who may have done it.
A man storms a commercial passenger jet and holds hostages, causing some new questions to emerge about airport security.
And we are just hours away from our debut from our new regional headquarters at NBC6. Tonight, a look back at the WTVJ legacy. The news at 6 starts right now.
With more than 50 years experience serving South Florida, this is WTVJ NBC6 News.
Residents of a South Florida community score another victory when it comes to keeping a career criminal off the streets. Good evening, everyone. He's only 15 years old, but residents say he is a danger to their community.
He is in a juvenile facility for setting fire to a home, but his crimes, authorities say, did not end there. Today it was up to a judge to decide if he should have freedom. Monica Morales is live in Fort Lauderdale with the latest on our top story. Monica?
That's right. He has a long rap sheet, including 40 burglaries and even setting a house on fire in Hollywood. Now, a Broward judge decided to keep him detained, and he could continue counseling there. But a decision that victims are very happy about tonight.
God forbid we play Russian roulette with him and something terrible happens to either himself. He almost killed himself in the last arson. And every psychological still deems him very sick and very dangerous.
Dangerous enough for Judge Robert Fogan to order this 15-year-old to continue his stay in a high-security center for troubled teens.
Reading all these reports, all of which are saying he should not go home.
Now, for the first time, this teen will be allowed to go home on weekends. A concern for victims of a teen police call a young career criminal, setting fire to a Hollywood home back in October of 1988 and sentenced to 40 burglaries involving stealing guns, cash, and credit cards.
You have to face the facts that if the child is not getting better and or needs additional treatment or maybe won't get better, you've got victims, as you see sitting in the courtroom every day.
Victims like the Cochrans, owners of one of the dozens of homes hit by the teen. This family relieved by today's decision.
He has in the past. He's had a long history. He was 13 when he committed our crime, and he was in the process well before he did us. I don't think he's changed.
The Cochrans receive only $5 a month in restitution as payback for their experience. But they say they continue to live in fear.
But every time we get that check, it's just a reminder to be more alert and to know what's going on around you in your community.
And the Cochrans tell me that he was being electronically monitored when, of course, their home was hit. So they are extra, I guess, at this point, happy that he is being supervised tonight, and they hope that that will continue. Now, at this point, the future of that teen will be decided by counselors and a judge that will be meeting sometime within the next few weeks to decide his fate. Of course, we'll keep you posted. For now, we're live in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Monica Morales, NBC6.
Tonight, police are looking for answers as 2 teens are gunned down in front of their home. Robert Blake and Ladaros Byers were standing in a group at Northwest 93rd Terrace and 23rd Avenue when police say someone in a car drove by firing shots into the group that was standing there, the car then speeding away. Both victims were pronounced dead at the scene, and investigators are stumped looking for suspects and a motive for the shooting.
Well, we have conflict in statements, for one thing. We've been advised that there was a dark vehicle involved, and then you have other witnesses saying they didn't observe a vehicle. So obviously these are some things that the investigators have to sort out.
Anyone with more information on this who can help police urge to call Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS.
Investigators are still baffled by the events surrounding an abandoned toddler, but that child is headed home. You may remember that Kieron Boville was found in what police called the crack house in the care of a babysitter. This mother of the child, Maurice Pierre, appeared in juvenile court and said she is a good mother. Investigators say that Pierre is, in fact, a fit mother, and her other 2 children are well cared for. We'll call it the dogless days of summer out of South Florida Beach.
Indeed, starting today, dogs are banned from Fort Lauderdale Beach after a big battle at the City Commission Hall. Whitney Casey's live on Fort Lauderdale Beach with reaction to all of this. Whitney?
Well, Michael, it's not just dogs, it's all pets. They're all now banned from this very popular strand of real estate along A1A from the south all the way up to 20th Street. We talked to a lot of people around today. They said it's a doggone shame. 6-month-old Kramer and his owner Nick are out for a leisurely stroll along Fort Lauderdale's finest, A1A Beachfront Avenue. Nick says it's Kramer's coming out party, a time to get the new kid on the block socialized.
It's a great area, and there's a lot going on down here, and that's why it's good to bring. Not a lot of places down in this area in Fort Lauderdale, South Florida, to take dogs out just to meet with people and hang out with other dogs.
Today, Kramer meets Jazz, and an instant friendship has begun. But if Jazz and Kramer want ever to socialize again, they'll now have to do it at a different beach.
Starting effective today, they have a new ordinance that's come out that from the beach on the east side of the road on A1A out to the ocean, there are no animals allowed at all.
Jazz's owner, Deborah Mitchell, runs every day here with Jazz. She says the temperature closer to the water is cooler and that Jazz enjoys the socializing. Neither are happy about the beach's new ban.
Very frustrating. You know, the majority of dog owners are real responsible. They've got friendly dogs. They keep them on their leash. They clean up after them. So to have a police force out trying to police the very few exceptions just seems a real waste of money and time.
But the new law doesn't just affect man's best friend. Others are prohibited from the prime real estate.
Dogs, cats, birds, fish, snakes, whatever.
Fort Lauderdale police drive down the popular strip searching for violators. Today, only issuing warning pamphlets, but in the future, fines or jail time could be the result. Up to $500 or 60 days in jail.
I won't be bringing him down here anymore. Oh, poor guy, Kramer. We'll find another place to go.
And police say they'll be issuing these pamphlets all week, just letting people know about the law because it is just effective today. Now, they say the problem originated here because people were bringing aggressive dogs, and now they're worried that the problem might migrate across the street because the west side of A1A is still open to all pets, but they say if you have dogs, you should bring them to a beach that's just north of Sunrise. Live in Fort Lauderdale, Whitney Casey, NBC 6.
Okay, Whitney, thank you. Well, just a couple of years ago, George P. Bush was teaching at Homestead High, relatively anonymous.
And not anymore. Now the son of Florida's governor, grandson of the former president, is taking a very high-profile role in his uncle's presidential campaign. NBC 6, Jamie Gangel caught up with him.
George P. is being called the campaign's new secret weapon, the Ricky Martin of the Republican Party.
He's cute, nice, handsome.
Oh, my God!
What the campaign hopes is that George P. will attract critical swing voters as the bilingual star of these new political ads.
This is the reason. Esta es la razón why I will vote for him. How about you? How about you? ¿Y tú?
The son of Florida Governor Jeb Bush and his wife Columba, who was born and raised in Mexico, George P., his sister Noelle, and brother Jeb are unique in the Bush family, being Catholic and half Hispanic.
I'm proud to be a Bush. I'm proud to carry the name. As far as being a Latino, I love my heritage. I mean, I am who I am, and I'm proud of it.
And no surprise, George P. says his earliest childhood memories are political. By 16, he was a veteran, speaking at the 1992 Republican Convention and adding his own twist.
And for all of America, thank you. Y viva Bush!
Can we get a picture, George?
Yeah, sure.
Growing up in Florida, George P. says his mother made sure he learned Spanish. And when he graduated from Rice University, he spent a year teaching at an inner-city school. This fall, he plans to attend law school, a first in the Bush family. No question, his grandfather is getting a kick out of his grandson's new celebrity.
His name? Same as mine. George Bush. Made.
But that didn't prepare any of them for this.
The one hand up.
People magazine recently named him one of the 100 most eligible bachelors. Number 4, in fact.
I'm going number 4, that's my question.
George P.'s father, the governor of Florida, would still like a word with his son about that photo.
I think he looks better standing straight up and smiling rather than on a bed, but
And then there is the inevitable question.
Do you ever see him going into politics?
I think he might. I think he might, but long time out into the future, I hope.
He thinks you're going to go into politics.
Really? Well, I'll make sure to call him after this interview and debate him on this point. How's it going? George Bush.
Jamie Gangel, NBC News.
Bright future no matter where he ends up, it seems.
In law school for now.
And a proud granddad.
Sure. Well, a man storms a jet at JFK International Airport in New York and takes a pilot and co-pilot hostage. That incident is raising new questions about security at the nation's airports. We'll have the latest coming up.
Can you catch obesity? A new study suggests you could catch it as easily as you catch a cold.
And we're getting ready to make our debut shortly at our new regional headquarters tonight. A final look back at what we're leaving behind on North Miami Avenue.
Well, you want your Dark Dodgers?
Ready?
Undercover scenes of Charlie's Angels, Leanne Rimes' mischievous movie debut, and Kathy Lee's final farewell. I'm Pat O'Brien. On the next Access Hollywood, we bring you the very first footage of Charlie's Angels on the big screen. Then, don't miss your first look at Leanne Rimes crooning in Coyote Ugly. Plus, we brought you Kathy Lee's farewell interview. Now we take you on the set behind the scenes for her last day of Talk TV. Next, Access Hollywood.
Tonight at 7, followed by Extra here on NBC 6.
NBC 6 News is brought to you in part by your South Florida Ford dealers.
I just want to celebrate,
Celebrate all of life's little adventures with style, not to mention big savings. The Ford Authorized Clearance. Drive Ford Explorer, America's best seller for 9 years. Now with $1,500 cash back and zero down financing. The Ford Authorized Clearance. Now at your South Florida Ford dealer.
I just want to celebrate, yeah.
Get zero down financing plus $1,500 cash back and save over $6,300 in finance savings now.
A 5-hour hostage ordeal ended peacefully this morning on board a jet at New York's Kennedy Airport. Officials are looking into pressing federal charges against 22-year-old Aaron Kami, who is accused of bursting onto a National Airlines plane last night. Kami gave himself up after holding the pilot and co-pilot hostage. No one was hurt in the incident. The Federal Aviation Administration says the security response was excellent to last night's hostage incident at JFK Airport in New York.
So how did an armed gunman manage to storm onto a loaded plane and put a gun to a pilot's head? More on renewed airport security concerns from NBC's Brooke Hart in Washington.
22-year-old Aaron Kami, the man the FBI says used a gun to storm past security at New York's JFK Airport and take over a plane loaded with passengers.
When we look down the aisle, we see the gentleman in the cockpit with the captain. And then we see the gun.
Over 5 hours of negotiations with law enforcement, the passengers were freed. Eventually, the pilot and co-pilot were let go, too. The question now, how did the suspect slip through security?
He brandished a weapon. He actually ran from the security area all the way down the walkway into the plane.
A distance of only about 40 feet. FAA and JFK Airport officials say security reacted as the system intended.
That situation didn't work very well because of the short distance between the checkpoint and the boarding of the aircraft area.
The FAA reviews airport layouts for just this security concern, but officials refuse to say whether JFK or other airports might need another look.
In May, the FAA was among several agencies vowing to boost security after congressional investigators revealed lapses. At one airport in Washington, undercover agents evading security altogether. Same thing in Orlando.
We haven't had a major terroristic incident in this country, and unfortunately, I think the solution is largely awaiting a bigger problem.
At this point, the outside...
Relieved passengers in New York wondering if their safety this time was largely a matter of luck.
I really think that he saved our lives. I don't know what's going on.
Brooke Hart, NBC News, Washington.
Well, here's a question for you, medical news. Is it possible to catch obesity like you catch the common cold? Researchers have found that mice and chickens infected with a common human virus put on much more fat than uninfected animals. They have also discovered that the same virus is more prevalent among overweight people. Researchers say this indicates the virus may also cause obesity in humans. Well, 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 it's a day filled with emotions here for us at NBC 6.
Tonight we say fond farewell to our old building right here at 316 North Miami Avenue after 51 years and prepare to say hello to a new era for NBC 6.
a half-century ago.
Here in this building, Florida television began.
WTVJ made the commitment to deliver the first and best newscast in South Florida. Journalistic excellence, community service, consistent innovation. Interesting. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The difference is experience. Experience the difference of NBC 6.
Want to take a more interesting route?
Get your kicks on Route 66.
Then test drive the Mazda 626. Loaded with features like a CD player, cruise control, and power everything. You're packed for the trip. And with 24-hour roadside assistance and a great warranty, you can leave your worries behind. And now with $2,000 cash back, the Mazda 626LX V6 is definitely the route worth taking.
This is a moment in history when we have the chance to focus on tough problems. It's not always popular to say our children can't read, or Social Security needs improving, or we have a budget surplus and a deficit in values. But those are the right things to say. And the right way to make America better for everyone is to be bold and decisive, to unite instead of divide. Now is the time to do the hard things.
Say hello to goodbyes. Say hello to Dolphin Carpet Tile.
I'm Jeff Katz. For 25 years, Dolphin Carpet and Tile has sold quality floor covering for less than anyone. Whether it's carpeting, genuine hardwood, Ergo flooring, or ceramic tile, Dolphin Carpet and Tile sells it for less. Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR for the Dolphin Carpet and Tile nearest you. You'll be glad you did, I guarantee it.
Say hello to Dolphin Carpet and Tile.
Dodge Durango, perfectly positioned. Durango, distinctively different. So what's the big deal? Big savings. Magnum power. Big savings. Take a different road. Me? I want one of these. Not this time. Low lease Dodge Durango. Why don't all the other guys make it this easy? Dodge, different.
I'm Brian Williams. Tonight, under the influence, almost half of all drivers use cell phones. They're 4 times more likely to have an accident. Does that mean everyone's at risk? Should the phones be banned in cars? It's all ahead on NBC Nightly News tonight.
You're looking into the future, and it's a near one, too. NBC6 leading the way and finding our way into our new regional headquarters. We're packing everything up and have been trucking to Miramar and to the American Airlines Arena, our longtime downtown Miami building, looking a little bit bare right now. But in Miramar, the new control room's up and running, and the assignment desk is being manned. Our huge state-of-the-art newsroom getting its finishing touches. Exciting indeed. As we get ready to move ahead, though, we are taking one final look back as we get ready to leave a legacy here at 316 North Miami Avenue.
And you know, today all of us at NBC6 did some final packing as we move into our 2 new homes in Miramar and the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami. That's where we find senior correspondent Ike Siemens with more. Ike?
Well, Jackie, I'm standing in front of our new Miami home. You know, we're really not going anywhere. We're just moving a little closer to Biscayne Bay to go along with the new facility up in Miramar to serve the South Florida region a little bit better. But we thought it would be appropriate to tell you about where we came from, 316 North Miami Avenue, the only home that Florida's first TV station has ever known in its 51-year history. Now, you know, it's always important to know where you've been if you got to know where you're going. And we thought you should know what the old place has meant to us. At our new state-of-the-art newsroom in Miramar, a series of firsts. At our old newsroom in Miami, a series of lasts. Well, the last time to record memories today.
Ready?
The last appearance by Weeby the Weatherbird before flying to Miramar.
I'm happy to go anywhere they take me.
Last weather report by Weeby's pal, Bob Weaver, who started here 51 years ago.
The shark just called in. Time for us to go.
The last time to have a little fun in the old place.
That's it.
This is photographer Joe Orzinski. He knew Congressman Claude Pepper extremely well.
It's a sad situation, Mr. Siemens, what they're going to do to this building. All the ghosts are going to fly out when they blow the place up.
The last time you remember a place that's been home, a part of our lives, really.
I watched the noon news in 2nd grade, and I sat there the whole time like,
Gator Championship 1996 when I celebrated with all the happy people here.
In this room.
In this room.
My most embarrassing moment in television was here. You know how at the end of a live shot you're supposed to go, reporting live, Diana Gonzalez, NBC 6? I forgot my name. And so I just looked in the camera and said, thank you. It was very embarrassing.
I met my husband here.
Good or bad?
Jury's still out on that.
It's pretty much empty now. This old cramped place used to be filled with complaints about how bad it was. But on this last day, no gripe. Scribbled on the walls, farewell messages about the move. Some glad, some sad. In the sports department, Bernie Rosa feels both ways. Been here since 1949. You think it's time to go?
Yes, I think it's time to go. I'll feel a little sad, but I'll be honest with you. I just think it's time to go.
But be honest, wouldn't you like just one more day, one last time? Well, bye-bye, and come on over here to our new Miami home, which we'll be moving into soon to go along with Miramar. And there's one other thing, Michael and Jackie, we need to say about 316 North Miami Avenue, where you are right now. Over the years, its 51-year history, it's been ornery, it's been cranky, and as you know, it has been sometimes downright infuriating to work in. But gosh, on this last day, I think we're going to miss it a little bit, don't you?
We sure are. But you always knew, Ike, that you were part of something big. This is history in the making.
Yeah, it's quite a legacy here, and we're going to miss it more than a little.
Yeah, we sure are.
But exciting times ahead.
That's right, and you can follow all of the exciting changes on our website at NBC6.net.
Miramar and our new home in downtown Miami.
On our way.
Looking good. Trina Robinson here to tell us if the weekend weather's looking good.
Yeah, looking good. And one of the best things about that new facility, the weather office. It is smashing. Can't wait to show it to you. Let's check out Doppler radar because there is some rain out there. Most of it moving to the west side. I think we're going to stay mostly dry through the evening. A few chances for a shower here or there, but all in all, not too bad. Let's move on and check out the southeast satellite and see how things are shaping up as we pull out. Some clouds really kind of moving through about Alabama into Georgia and up to the Carolinas, so they do have a better chance of rain, and their drought totals have been far worse than ours, so they really could use that rain. As we take a wider picture of the eastern seaboard, here's how things are looking. The cloud system moving up. A lot of the messy stuff has moved offshore, but look at this right behind it. Another low pressure system moving through around Detroit right now in the Great Lakes will bring more of the rain and wet stuff to parts of the eastern seaboard and the mid-Atlantic. But all in all, not too bad. Checking out your national satellite, here's how things are shaping up. As we look out west, wow, things are pretty clear. All except Hawaii, which you can't see. They've got Hurricane Daniel. But for the most part, things are nice in the west. A little bit of a storm system moving around the areas of Texas and on down from Kansas in that area. But for the most part, things are pretty good. All right, your tropical outlook looks like this as we look out in the Atlantic. There is a little cluster of thunderstorms off of the coast of Africa. We're keeping an eye on it. We don't expect development right now, but we will continue to watch that for you. All right, as we look at the low temperatures around the nation, here's how they're shaping up tonight. It's going to be nice and cool up in Boston and Maine. Look at that. 50s tonight. Wouldn't you like that? I don't think we're going to get it anytime soon, but it would be nice. As we move into the northeast, look at New York, about 60 right now. Moving down around the mid-Atlantic states, 70s for those folks tonight. All right, let's check out the highs for Friday. As you can see, 80s right around the Delmarva Peninsula of Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. As we look out west, we have 70s in the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and Portland. Let's check out those tonight and tomorrow. As you can see, PM showers possible, 78 degrees. Tomorrow, things not looking too bad as well, chance of showers. Back to Jackie and Michael.
Okay, Trina, thank you very much.
Time now for a look at your sports weekend, beginning with a big scrimmage between the Dolphins and the Bucks. Joe Rose live in Orlando. Joe?
Mike and Jackie, what a nice change of pace being up here at the Citrus Bowl after the Miami Dolphins had spent a week hitting each other down at Davie, finally getting a chance to come up and have two practices against the Tampa Bay Bucks today, and there's nothing like a change of pace. When the Fins and the Bucks get together, you can count on a very spirited practice. Oh, did I mention physical? Oh, yes, you can throw in a fight, too. But overall, the offensive line loved the work, especially playing against someone else.
It was fun. I came out here with a lot of energy and a lot of fire. I think that the Dolphins work really well today. I feel real good about our offense.
If you're going to be successful in this league and have any desires in winning a championship, you certainly have to be able to compete against that type of defense. I mean, you have to find a way to do it.
One thing's for sure, both coaches love the work.
It was a good day of work. It always is going against Miami. They're real well coached, very sound. They're very strong on defense, and it's going to be a good 4 practices for us.
Very, very good. I mean, this we can't get enough of this. I mean, for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're from a talent standpoint, we're get an opportunity to work against one of the better teams in the league.
And they'll have 2 more practices tomorrow, so if you want to drive on up to Orlando, plenty of room up here. That'll do it from the Citrus Bowl. I'm Joe Rose for NBC6. Back to you, guys.
All right, also can't forget about the Dave Wanstead Show beginning Saturday, August 5th at 1 p.m. right here on NBC6. Well, while the Fins and Bucks are roughing it up in the Magic Kingdom, the Marlins getting some rough news today. Shortstop Alex Gonzalez placed on a 15-day DL with a strained knee. As for the rest of the Marlins, they're home, and just like last night, facing a tough foe on the hill, Kurt Schilling, just acquired by the D-backs, making his Arizona debut tonight. Add that to Sunday, the Marlins face the big unit, Randy Johnson.
We've been facing the Cy Young role, Glavin Maddox, we got Schilling and Randy Johnson, so it's been a tough stretch, and we're on our home field, so we got to play them tough and hopefully win this series.
Going after those guys, it's something that's going to be tough. But if you're a competitor, I think you look forward to it, and if you come out on top, it's an extra bonus.
You just got to battle, man. This game is about challenges. It's about battling. It's about, seeing if you can beat the best.
And finally, the Soul in Minneapolis taking on the Minnesota Lynx. We'll have highlights at 11. That'll do it for sports. More news after this.
Ole, 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 Toyota! Toyota's hot, hot, hot.
Don't make a $5,000 mistake. Kendall Toyota guarantees the lowest price in America, or we'll pay you $5,000 cash. 2001 Corolla, $69 per month. Camry, $99 a month. 4Runner, $199 a month. Get 0 down on all new Toyotas. Kendall Toyota guarantees the lowest price in America, or we'll pay you $5,000 cash. Kendall Toyota on US 1, just south of Dayland. Open late every night.
What's new for fall 2000? Python. From shoes and bags to belts and blouses. To update basic black or mix with soft suedes. Python for fall 2000. Find it on sale now. Rodine's pre-season sale. Save 20 to 40% on fashion for men and women. Fall's newest looks, the season's best on sale before the season even begins. The pre-season sale starts Saturday at Rodine's.
Hunters, don't miss the big one. Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World presents the Fall Hunting Classic with 9 days of our lowest prices of the year on hunting gear, July 29th to August 6th, and 4 days of hands-on displays and free hunting seminars, August 3rd to the 6th. It's our biggest hunting show and sale of the year. So if you love to hunt, don't miss the Fall Hunting Classic at Bass Pro Shops Outdoor World, I-95 at Griffin Road in Dania Beach.
What's your best deal? Happy Wash, $4.99. Coupon. Oh, early bird special. $5.99. Take care of my baby. That's my car.
Do you need a car? AutoNation.com is America's largest virtual dealership. AutoNation.com. Start here.
Ever wish there were 2 of you? One for the everyday, the other to get away, like to Busch Gardens and Adventure Island in Tampa Bay. Now you can get a 2-park ticket with unlimited visits to both parks with the Surf and Safari ticket for just $59.95 for an adult and $49.95 for a child. It's a great way for everyone to come together. Or for complete weekend getaways to Tampa, call 1-800-42-KUMBA today.
thrill-seeking VVTi V6 engine, crisp precision handling, the luxurious newly styled ES300. Think of it as your own personal amusement park. Ask about the ES300 Lexus Value Package at your South Florida Lexus dealer.
Stay tuned for the NBC6 Cultural Calendar, brought to you in part by your South Florida area Lexus dealers, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today. The NBC6 Neighborhood Weather Net is brought to you by Bell South, only on NBC6.
Well, we have all gathered here at the parking lot of NBC6, and I can tell you, as a South Florida native, this is really an exciting time because I grew up watching WTVJ, and as we leave this historic building on 316 North Miami Avenue, we'd like to remind you that the tradition of news, community service, and information will continue stronger than ever.
It's a great team we have here, but we're reminded that 51 years ago, a young pioneer with a vision created television news in South Florida, indeed in all of Florida, and all of us are very lucky beneficiaries of Ralph Winnick's legacy. So on this night, as we prepare to head to our brand new state-of-the-art home in Miramar and a new home just down the street at the American Airlines Arena, we want to bid a fond farewell to 316 North Miami Avenue, and we want to leave the final words to the young man with the vision 51 years ago.
Good night, and may the good news be yours.